Welcome back. Today we are going to experiment with our basic page elements and positioning on a page. I have 3 photos for a 1-page spread. I'm Emily and you found Emilee's Paper Caper, where we're all about scrapping our stash and getting some pages done. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon now. So the things that I know about this page so far are that I will use these 2 papers as the background. I know that I want to use these 3 photos. I matted my focal photo. Then I've got a couple of other photos to complement. But I think I have a lot of options for how to arrange the page title, which is games we played, and the other elements that I've set aside. I also think I need to clean up these photos a little bit. There is some extra space here, some dead space in this photo that I want to cover up or crop somehow. So I'm going to try some different positions, maybe try 3 or 4 different options to show you how the different looks turn out, and then I'll choose one to actually adhere the layout. I spent probably a half an hour trying different arrangements on the page. I've sped this up in a time lapse, but I had punched a bunch of circles out of paper scraps. I'm still having a blast with my paper scraps these days. And I wanted to mimic the game board pieces in the game Trouble. So I cut out the circles from blue, green, red, and yellow scraps. And then I experiment with some different placements. And to be honest, I struggle a bit because I only have 3 photos, which is not a big deal. But I have some elements on a couple of these photos that I just don't like. I like parts of the photos, but not everything about the photos. So I want to cut the game board because I really just want the focus on the game board. And that's okay, but it creates this awkward shaped photo to work with. And then on the bottom photo, the selfie of my daughter and I, there's a spot above the corner of the table that is just not attractive. It's the corner of our fridge and the air vent, and I want to find a way to cover that up. I'll work that out later, but I'll turn my attention. I've decided to go ahead and put a frame of the colorful dots around the page to kind of mimic the game board. As a kid, Trouble was one of my favorite games, and I still like it a lot. There's something about that popping of the dice with the bubble in the middle that's so much fun. There's an element that I add to the page. It says, inside every grown-up is a kid that just wants to play, and I think that's so true. So I'm nearly certain how I want these pictures arranged. I think I want the focal photo in the upper right corner and the game board and the selfie on the left-hand side of the page. So I'm going to adhere some things down. For that section of the photo of the selfie, I want to cover that up somehow. I think I'm going to cover it up with a section of the game board. And later I come to regret this and I pull it up, but I want you guys to see that the differences in how these positions are, and that in the end, you just have to decide what you like, and every page isn't a masterpiece, and that is okay. But sometimes you just have to keep working at it until you're satisfied, and this page is a good example of that. The page title, Games We Played, is from a PhotoPlay COVID-19 stay-at-home kit that a friend gave me. So this will go in my COVID-19 Reflections album. The other elements on the page are from a cut apart that I received many years ago from a club scrap kit. And they seemed perfect for this page. I think that this is the final arrangement of the page, so I go ahead and add some enamel dots just as a visual element in a couple places to draw the eye through the layout. And I really think that I'm done. But to be honest, I walk away and I come back later and I pull some things up and end up doing something a little bit different. So take a look at what this looks like. And then at the end, take a look at the final layout and let me know which one you like better. I really felt like this when I came, at first I liked it and then I came back and I didn't like it at all. And I ended up straightening things out and adding another embellishment to the page to cover up that spot that the game board corner is covering. And I'm much more satisfied after I returned and did some fixing. So let me know down in the comments what you think, and do you ever have this happen when you scrapbook? Do you just feel like you weren't quite satisfied and you come and make a tweak? Or once it's down, are you done? So here is the finished layout. I am scrapping my stash all the time, and I'm always trying to share ideas to encourage you to scrap your stash. Here are a couple more videos so you can keep the ball rolling. Keep on scrapping.